Good morning. This is Bev Cummins. I am reading to you today from another one of my books. This is another of the series. This is Skybird Rhymes. And Skybird Rhymes has to do with birds that fly in the sky. And it's another book that I wrote. So we'll start out with the kite and the kestrel. The kestrel is a colorful and small hovering hawk. When grown, they are vocal, but they are not known to talk. Seen up in the sky, in high perches, it watches for prey. They attack their prey with a snatch and grab it away. They hunt by sight, sound, and smell. Small rodents is what they are after. They are seen on a high telephone pole and are called a raptor. They have ultraviolet vision and a keen sense of smell. They are brown and rusty colors and hide themselves well. Another name is a sparrowhawk because of its size. With narrow, long wings, it can hover, then fly lower or rise. A healthy female mates and lays eggs in the spring. The male provides food for the eggs and baby kestrels until they're ready to be a fledgling. This small falcon can live many years with their skills and hover like a kite in the sky above the mountains and hills. And there we see a picture of a kestrel that I have. And kestrels are very important, and you see them locally, at least where I live. These are animals that are very, sky worthy. The next poem is a mourning dove, and I have mourning doves everywhere all the time. They make those cuckoo sounds. The mourning dove song. The mourning dove is heard cooing over most of the land, a strong reminder that there is more than one at hand. Singing a mournful song in a group that lets you know that you find a mourning dove wherever you go. The small game bird is hunted in the place it belongs. Perhaps losing friends and family constantly makes it sing that song. It's about its business raising chicks from eggs. It's known that these smaller birds have really strong legs. With wide wings, like a falcon, they fly high and fast, gracing the sky. Then they land and look for seeds at last. Every bird has a purpose in nature that it does fulfill. It eats seeds and weeds that it finds at will. One of the birds that comforts you when you are sad, or fills the sky with songs that can make you glad. Mourning dove is a pretty bird, and they make a beautiful little coo. The next rhyme poem is, it happens to be the bird on here, a large macaw. So this is the manner of the large macaw. The macaw is a bird you need if you want a talker. It's colorful, bigger, and verbal, and can be a squawker. This kind of parrot has its longest lifespans, 30 to 60 years. They adapt to surroundings and even cages without any fears. Personality plus an active bird that is what you will find. If you are near a macaw, for it is unconfined. An omnivore and a tropical bird with a really strong beak, who eats larger fruits, not just a pound of it in a week. This social pet makes screeches that are very loud. It makes sounds without a voice box, like we have to make our own loud sounds. So unless you have a need for lots of noisy company, you could see it at a zoo or in an aviary. I live in Pittsburgh, PA, and we have the nicest aviary. We have the national aviary for the United States, but that's the large macaw. Next is the small sparrow, and sparrows are everywhere here. I have a love for birds. In the wideness of the sky, the sparrow bird is very small. Flying alone or in groups, it is seen by one and all. It is the small field markings that show us what kind. These house sparrows stay close to us, as we will find. When we look around and find out what they eat, we find a noisy little sparrow that we can surely meet. By using feeders in our gardens that supply some needs, we can find what a noisy sparrow likes for its feed. They are year-round omnivores brought here and bred from other lands to help control the caterpillar spread. They eat other insects, but they are also their prey. Because of their size, hawks and bigger birds come and get in their way. And that's the pretty little sparrow. Just because they're little doesn't mean they're not very interesting. Some of the littlest are the most interesting. This is another, I have a thing for hooty owls too. Where's Hooty? Where's Hooty Owl? There's the Hooty Owl. The space of the snowy owl. The snowy owl is a raptor living close to Arctic spaces. It's covered with soft white feathers on its body in most places. The feathers are whiter on the male, and whiter still as they get older. You are not likely to find a bird that's any bolder. It has great vision and hearing, finds food in a land covered with snow. It will even attack wolves that are bigger than them, we know. It hunts with sharp yellow eyes for food to keep alive. To stay alive, this carnivore loves to eat lemmings to survive. The beauty of the black swan is the next bird. The black swan glides upon the water that is smooth. It doesn't dive but dips its head to filter algae out of its food. It's a herbivore. With some eating of insects, it has attitude. It has a habit of chasing other birds and humans too. These native Australian birds mate with another, but not in a zoo. They have red bills and black feathers and white quills. They have many vertebrae, even more than a giraffe in his back feels. The baby swans are gray and called cygnets. They are born from the female laying eggs in a nest. It's a large bird that is graceful on the waters that it's in. It is not always recommended that you go feed them. And they are beautiful birds. And found mostly in Australia, but I've seen them out of Australia. At a restaurant, as a matter of fact, in a pond. The next rhyme poem is the luminous great blue heron. And there's the luminous great blue heron. The great blue heron is majestic in everyone's sight, whether it is seen on the ground or whether it is in flight. They can stand without motion for long periods of sighting. It can grab a fish or a gopher and move like lightning. For a prey like a frog or another animal that it needs to eat. It has a stance that other birds don't meet. It is very light in weight because its bones are hollow. It has black, blue, and silver wings that are easy to follow. The sound that it makes when it's in its breeding grounds is heard when the family with chicks are around. With its thin legs, it's able to wade in rivers and in lakes. Like a flamingo or an ostrich with backward knees that can support any pressure that it takes. Blue herons are many places in the Pacific Northwest where it finds what it needs. All of the conditions are there that it needs to live and breed. And that's the beautiful blue heron. The sincere condor is the next rhyme poem. There he is. Doesn't he look sincere? The condor is generally one of two kinds of birds, like a vulture having the widest wingspan, in a word. Most are rare and have become carnivores in order to survive. They do not have talons, but a large beak to hunt their prey to stay alive. They fly high with 10-foot wings that glide and soar their own way. They are unusual in that they don't have to eat every day. Not only carnivores, but a carrion from dead animals they seek. These birds are the largest kind of vulture, and certainly not meek. They nest in high places and are important in native legends and lore. Each native group has a special way to pay it full of honor. Its beauty and strength and pride to survive at all odds is not without a threat. Man is their enemy. They are captured or caught with or without a net. And thank you.